Hello, mothers who have children with disabilities, who are on the spectrum and have other special needs. My name is Kathy Salamini. I'm an occupational therapist, and I would like to share with you today some tools and strategies that you can use on a daily basis, some techniques that help you kind of get back to your calming place, and just resources that are available for you on a daily basis that are probably something you can get quickly when you do need help and support with your children. So the first thing I want to say is every child that I've worked with, every child I've encountered, um, every person, but kids especially, are very unique. They come with different things that they like. They have things that they don't like. They have their own set of traits and values. Some kids come with very good um, long-term memory. Some kids are very good at problem solving. So if there's a treat up in a cabinet and they are challenged with their language skills, so they can't communicate or they have a hard time communicating to their parent, they want that candy or that treat, they'll problem solve themselves and they'll figure out how to get to the cabinet using a safe technique. Okay, some kids are very good at having dexterity skills, so they're very good at manipulating very small, detailed, precise objects like beads and things like that. So I've seen kids across the board, just some really unique, interesting strengths. And I want you to take this moment, moms, to recognize, to think about your child and recognize what strength do you find in your child? What traits do you find in your child that is unique to them? That if they continue to develop, will even help them thrive on Earth. Okay, I want you to come up with that. It's very important to recognize a child's strengths and um, to really take that moment in when you're recognizing it. Okay, that's the first thing I want you to do, moms. The second thing I want you moms to do is to recognize that you are already using tools and resources in your bucket that you have to help your child during certain circumstances, during certain times. Whether you recognize it or not, you're using tools such as your intuition, motherly instincts, okay, things you were just having that life lessons. You're already using tools and resources on a daily basis to help support your child during challenging times. And I want you to really take that moment to think of what is unique about you, what special strength or even experience you have that is unique to you as a mom. And I want you to pat yourself on your back and say, "Good job, mom," because you're using that tool in a way that is authentic, natural, without even you recognizing it, right? So it's easy to not put value to it because it's like, oh, I use it all the time, or I'm doing this all the time without thinking about it. But this is your time to stop, recognize that strength in you, that trait in you that's unique, and applaud yourself for it. We got to take those moments where we feel proud of ourselves. We acknowledge what we're doing is awesome as a parent. Yeah. So these are kind of things that we sometimes take for granted, but we need to kind of take moments and at times to reflect on them. And the reason why it's so important to reflect on these traits is because nobody else can understand what you're going through. Nobody else can really have your experience, the challenges, the stressful moments, the meltdowns that your child may have that just don't go away after 10, 15 minutes. Nobody else can understand that but you. So nobody can truly understand how powerful and how unique your special strengths are but you. So it's important that you reflect on that. I want you to realize one other thing. The way you're perceiving your challenges and the way things that cause higher stress, okay, in you, your child perceives his or her world quite differently, okay? So when you're feeling high stress because your child is having language barriers and you're quite not understanding what your child is asking for, and that's starting to make your child feel anxious, right? Your child is seeing that moment in their perspective one way, and you're encountering that moment in a different way, but your child doesn't understand or may not really see it in your way. So I want you to realize that your child's perceiving his or her world quite differently from us adults. And so when we are able to take a moment and step into your child's shoes in the best way you can, because you know your child the best, you know your child more than anyone else, sometimes that can alter your perception of the moment, okay? Sometimes that may help in the moment. So one way you can kind of get an idea of what your child is experiencing in that moment is looking at their TAD, like their tiny body cues. Okay, so as a mother, you already have that instinctual connection with your child. You may pick up on small body language that outside people may not be able to. Okay, other people may not be able to. And so if you take that moment where you're seeing your child is struggling to express themselves and you're struggling to understand them, find moments to kind of step into the shoes in the best way you can. I want you to use your built-in intuition. I want you to use your built-in guide that you have during those moments of difficulties, because they're in you, okay? And in particular, your children are already pulling that out of you. Whether you like it or not, your child who is having a moment is teaching you how to pull that tools, those inner map, inner guide, how to handle the stress or this moment. He's teaching you right now. It's a teaching moment. So at that moment, if you can step into your child's shoes, you may be able to deflate the situation a little bit, okay? Or diffuse it a little bit. So that's a tool you can use. I always want to say to parents that we are the children's guides in this life, but they are our teachers. They're the ones teaching us about life. They're giving us moments and experiences we've never had before. Okay? I want you to know that during this process of your child getting older, and many children with special needs are getting services such as occupational therapy, speech therapy, they're learning about this life, or they're learning about this world, with the resources provided. But you are also growing as a mom. Okay? You're also developing, maturing, and growing. And so this is also your experience. You're faced with challenges that you've never knew you would even have. Okay? So you're maturing and growing. So while your child is learning about this world, you're maturing and growing as a mother, as a human. So I want you to take moments to reflect on that. Be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself, and understanding. Okay. And the last thing I want to say that's very important is that there's a community out there that not people out there who have resources and tools to help you through these times, to help you while you're parenting, while you're supporting your child. Not to say these people have the exact experience as you and can actually sympathize with you, but they have big hearts, they have love, they have passion, where they want to support you moms, okay? There is a community. There's probably a community right outside your door, your neighbors. There's resources from teachers, friends, okay? Social media. You can always reach out there. There's always a community there. There is a community closer to you, okay? Closer than you think. And so I want to take this time to thank you, moms, for the hard work that you're doing, for the strengths, for the growth. You are helping us, service providers, learn more about children with special needs, how unique they are and how special they are, and how important they are in this world. So thank you. Namaste. Bye.